Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, so in today's video, we are watching the top 10 most amazing wedding cakes. I love cake. I love cake. I like watching cakes getting designed. I like eating cake, I like what I just like cake, okay? I cannot eat cake anymore because for some reason as soon as I reached into my adult age, I start realizing that cake have a lot of sugar. So yeah, I used to love eating frostings and stuff, but now cake is just Now I just look at cake for the beauty of it, like just to like say, oh yeah, that cake is nice. So today we're gonna watch amazing cakes, wedding cakes, and it's so like fascinating how people like come up with all these cakes for like weddings or baby showers or birthdays. Like somebody, like basically somebody just thought about this cake, said what they wanted, and then somebody delivered it. Like people who make cakes, they are like the most talented people, I swear. Because we're gonna see like the details, the like decoration, like the time, everything is just so like fascinating and very like creative and stuff like that. So yeah. Let's get into it. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay? Okay.
Here are the top 10 most
Yeah,
amazing wedding
damn.
cakes. Number 10. Indonesian Castle. An Indonesian bakery called La Novelle Cake has quickly become world-renowned in the past few years for their extraordinary designs. Not
How is
content
this
with the
number
typical
10?
wedding cake,
This is a
these
big ass
craftsmen take
cake.
things to a whole new level.
A whole new
Their
level.
more modest cakes
Oh
cost
my
around
god, look at the
$5,000.
details. Like,
But the top-end ones are in the region of $500,000.
that's a lot of
And when you
cake.
see what they produce, it becomes clear why. Their huge castles feature intricate sugar work and even custom lighting to accentuate the features.
That's a lot of flour,
The largest
eggs,
castle they've ever made required more
That's
than
a lot of baking.
9,000 hours of work.
What?
And needed 5 trucks and a crane to transport it to the venue and to install it. Some of the more
crane,
famous cakes
just
they've
to
made
deliver
include
cake.
fairy tale castles, a 9-tiered Japanese pagoda, and a Notre Dame-inspired design. If you can think of it, they can make it.
Oh my god.
The founder of the bakery says that while they are more than capable of making these creations fully out of edible cake, it would involve so much that, so far, no one has chosen that option. Instead, going for a large cake at the center that's surrounded by extravagant decorations. Number 9.
People will eat those cakes for
Dubai
days,
Sheikh's daughter's
weeks.
cake. In December of 2016, Sheikha Latifa, one of the daughters of Dubai's leader Sheikh Mohammed, got married. And as you'd expect, no expense was spared in the celebrations. One of the standout moments was the arrival of the cake. Rather than having it wheeled in or installed in place ahead of time, this lucky couple had theirs lowered in from the ceiling.
What did that
Initially
cake have
concealed to look like
falling?
a floral display.
Oh my
It's eventually
god.
revealed as a giant 8-tiered cake, which according to some estimates may have cost as much as $1.2 million. This really was a wedding fit for a princess, and it shows what's possible when budget isn't an issue. Number 8. The amethyst cake.
Wow.
Weddings and precious gems go hand in hand. But have you ever seen one on a cake before? The trend for amethyst cakes began in 2016 after this design by Intricate Icing Cake Designs. The closer you look, the more real it appears to be, with the effect being achieved by a combination of granulated sugar and rock candy.
It looks so
Multicolored
real
modeling
too.
chocolate is
Like when you
used
look
to
at it
set
from
the
the back,
geode
it don't
into
even
the
look like
formula.
anything, but
And then gold
wow.
leaf is added as the final touch. The original took around 16 hours to decorate. And while newer designs have become
And it's
increasingly
so white,
complicated,
like perfect.
this is
Like
a
you
cake
won't
that
even think
virtually
anything is wrong
anyone
with
could
it.
recreate for their own wedding. Number 7. Carousel
Like
cake.
nothing's wrong with it. What am I saying?
Angela Young, who's better known as Angelababy, is often seen as being China's answer to Kim Kardashian. And her $31 million wedding in 2015 had an incredible cake as its centerpiece, reportedly taking a month to make.
Ooh.
The 10-foot-tall design featured an
It
operational
took a month to make it? Like, where is all this cake being kept while
If you
they're...
think that's a crazy
What?
size for any wedding, it's actually quite reasonable considering they had 2,000 important guests from across China in attendance.
2,000
And the venue where they held the
people?
banquet even had its own holographic castle. Number 6.
Ooh.
The Trump flower cake. Think what you will of Donald Trump, but he and his wife Melania sure know how to spend their money to show off. They got married in 2005 with guests in attendance that included the Clintons, Heidi Klum, Simon Cowell, and 350 more. So it's no surprise that they pulled out all the stops for their cake. It was apparently designed by Melania at a cost of $50,000. The 7-tiered cake weighed 200 pounds, was made from yellow sponge soaked in Grand Marnier, and was decorated with 2,000 sugar-spun flowers. Perhaps the most surprising thing about this cake, though, was that none of the guests got a chance to taste it. So much metal wiring was needed to keep everything in place that it wasn't feasible for it to be cut and served on the day.
That is stupidness.
Instead, guests were served from backup cakes.
What?
And it was left to the
What's the
staff
point
at
of
the
the cake?
Mar-a-Lago estate to eat the actual cake after the event had finished, so none went to waste.
Poor staff.
Number 5.
Why is she bent like that?
Upside down chandelier cake. Kaylee Cuoco is one of TV's biggest stars after landing roles in 8 Simple Rules, Charmed, and The Big Bang Theory. So in September of 2013, when she married her first husband, Ryan Sweeting, she made sure her ceremony was one to remember. For the cake, she wanted to do something
How is
different
that even
and turned
possible?
to the Butter End Cakery in Los Angeles to help her out. The result was astonishing. Known as a chandelier cake, the 6 tiers were put together upside down and suspended from the ceiling. The bakers revealed that to achieve this effect, they had to install an armature through the center to hold it in position. Wooden boards between each tier and sandbags were hung off the chandelier to help support the weight. The sponge was 2 different flavors, and the couple were able to cut the cake while it was suspended, with it holding its shape perfectly. With such a physics-defying design, it's a good thing her Big Bang Theory co-stars were on hand to make sure everything went to plan. Number 4.
Like when you cut it, wouldn't it like drop?
Luxury Bridal Show Cake, 2006. Bridal shows can be a great way to gain inspiration
That
for a
cake
wedding,
is only for a
and
show?
give suppliers the opportunity to show what they're capable of. In 2006, Nahid Parsa from La Pâtisserie Artistique displayed a cake at the Luxury Bridal Show in Beverly Hills, which, at the time, was the most expensive wedding cake to have ever been produced. The traditionally designed 8-tier cake was decorated with handmade flowers, ivory fondant, and white frosting. But it was covered in something special to justify its $20 million price tag: diamonds. They were used to stud the entire cake from top to bottom, and then, just to add some extra color, the bottom tier was also accented with flakes of gold. Number 3. Mohegan Sun Hotel Cake. While this next cake may not win any awards for being the most beautiful or elegant, it currently
That
holds
joint
the
is
world
long.
record for being the largest ever made. It was created by the catering team of the Mohegan Sun Hotel to be displayed at their New England Bridal Showcase in 2004, and it was absolutely massive. It took the combined efforts of 58 chefs to complete the 22-foot-tall design,
58?
and across the 7 tiers, it weighed a total of 6.818 tons. made with vanilla sponge and a combination of vanilla and almond buttercream. Each tier was decorated with chocolate bows and hearts and needed two forklift
so
trucks to
cool.
lift it into place. As you'd expect, the ingredients list for this record breaker is extraordinary and required 10,000 pounds of pound cake batter and 4,810 pounds of frosting. Layers had to be put together in blocks, and a boom crane was used to lift people high enough to put the finishing pieces on the top. The whole cake was enough to give a 4-ounce portion to 59,000 people if it had been served at an actual wedding. But in the case of this particular cake, it was destined for less fussy mouths. While some was given to attendees of the show, the vast majority was, in the end, shipped to a pig farm in Montville.
So you pay all that money to feed
Number
pigs.
2.
Ooh.
Disney projection cake. Disney-themed wedding cakes are some of the most popular designs across the world. But with so many different spellbinding movies and characters to choose from, what if you can't make up your mind?
Can you eat that cake?
Luckily, in 2014, the House of Mouse revealed their solution to this dilemma. A projection cake. It's a simple design, but one that can be used to an amazing effect. The standard version uses a 5-tiered artificial cake, which can be upgraded to a real cake, and has a white chocolate castle sat on the top tier. Everything is plain white because hidden to one side is a gift box that hides a projector that beams images onto
I was
two
wondering
sides
how
of the
was
cake.
that working out.
There are plenty of different options to choose from, such as Tinkerbell flying up the side to release a shower of sparks, Cinderella's carriage passing each tier to the top, or images and scenes from your favorite movies. Custom designs can also be added, and the display finishes with a wish for the happy couple to live happily ever after. It truly is the dream Disney cake, and by using technology is far less complicated than building the designs from fondant. Number 1. Prince William and Duchess Kate's cake.
How is that number 1?
Every bride is the princess on their special day, but not many become actual
No, the
princesses.
first cake should have
Kate
been number
Middleton
1.
was
That
one
joint
of those
was
lucky few when
nice.
she married Prince
That was a
William
nice
in
cake.
2011 in an event where only
Well,
the
that was a
very
nice
best
company
would
that
do.
make nice cakes.
The cake, as is tradition in the UK,
Ooh.
was a fruit cake, and each layer was wrapped in a brandy-soaked cheesecloth
Ooh,
and
this
left to
is
age for a
nice.
few weeks to develop a rich flavor before it was put together. The design itself was fairly traditional and was covered in white fondant and sugar-crafted flowers. Each tier had a different theme, though, and care was taken to represent all the countries of the UK on it.
Oh, wow.
For England, there were roses. For Scotland, there was a thistle. For Wales, there were daffodils, and shamrocks were incorporated to represent Ireland. Furthermore, an oak and an acorn were added to symbolize endurance, and there was even a sweet William flower in honor of the future king. This was truly a wedding cake fit for a prince.
These were so cool. Like, the first cake that they showed, like that big oak, that was a nice cake. That cake was humongous, and it was exactly how I want my cake to be, because I want a princess wedding. I want a not like a full blown Disney princess, but yeah, a full blown Disney princess. I want a princess wedding with, like, you know, like a winter wonderland. Yes, a winter wonderland wedding, you know, with snow and, you know, blue lights, fog all over. I like it. I love, 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 love it. That cake will be perfect right in the center of my fantasy. Yeah, that's the end of this video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you are notified every time she posts a video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.